There was a time in my agency journey where closing one client a month was a massive accomplishment. And if it wasn't for people like Joel Kaplan or Billy Wilson or Iman Ghazi, I would still be at that level. And my goal for this video is for you to get the same level of inspiration that I've gotten from listening to other people just like this on YouTube. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys our process on how we close 41 real estate clients for our social media marketing agency. Do me a favor, like this video if you guys get value from it, and make sure you subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the video. About today, Jeremy, was how we closed 41 agency clients last month and the process that you need in place to consistently close deals every single day in your company. And it's a few crucial things, and I'm convinced by the end of this call, you're not going to have the same agency that you have right now. Because if you dial in on this the right way, then you will have a lot of success. Now, I do need to start off by saying in the beginning, you will be responsible for closing. It's just that simple. You cannot rush the process. Until you get to $20,000 to $30,000 a month, you will be your agency's top closer. And that's how you should keep it, right? Because you can come up with custom deals. You can know whether or not a prospect is a fit. You will know and you will do better than any closer you bring on initially. So that's first and foremost. And now I want to go dive into the breadwinner, right? The ads. What are you doing to even attract the people that are hopping their calls? How do you lower your cost per book call? How do you get your agency to a point where you guys, for every dollar you put into ads, you're literally generating, let's see, last month, for every dollar we put in, we generated $4.51 just on front end cash. For every dollar we put in, we generated $9.25 just on contract, just on revenue, right? And then we cannot neglect the lifetime value that we also get from that, which is why we started implementing high ROAS to see where we're actually getting the most value from these clients. And it's really interesting. When you start tracking this information, we're going to dive into that in a second, right? But number one is ads. Number two is your sales team. So I'm going to skip this part right now, and then I'm going to come back to that in a second. But let's go into your ads, right? So for us in our agency, and feel free to interrupt me at any time, but for us in our agency, and I know I talked about this on in the past and on one-on-ones, but the reality is, man, the reason why you might be in a situation where you're not getting enough appointments, or for some reason, right? For some reason, you just feel as though the people hopping on the calls just aren't a good fit. They don't understand what you actually do. They're confused. It's like that whole old saying, Jeremy. When you're not in the room, what are people saying about you? What are they saying about your company? Tell me.
Not sure. Not sure.
That's a
I don't
problem.
think that I have too much of a brand yet.
How do we build that? How do we control the conversation that people have about me? Simple. It starts off with, and there's a difference between branding and direct marketing, right? And it's like this balance, and it's also this thing. And I know I used to be that person who was like, anyone doing billboards or TV commercials are absolutely stupid because they could just do digital ads, put in $1 and get $4 out. Like, do you notice when you see these ads from all these big companies, they don't even really make offers. It's just them talking about their product. And Alex Hormozi talks about this. It's like the more goodwill you put out there, and if you can elongate how long you're gonna just put goodwill out there without even pitching anything, you're going to be able to ask for something significantly bigger, right? And I used to be convinced that branding was not important. I used to be convinced that branding was a waste of money. And I literally would think people were sped for branding. And I thought that I was the smartest guy in the room because I used and implemented. So let's go ahead and dive into what I mean by that and how you control that conversation from your marketing, because this is the most important thing, right? If you want to close 30, 40, 41 deals in a single month without you taking a single sales call. We closed 41 deals last month and I didn't take a single sales call. I didn't talk to a single client whatsoever. How do we do that? Number one, it's controlling what people are saying in the room when I am not around. And if you look up Estate AI right now, you won't even be able to find that much information. But what you do find is heavily controlled. by us. We dictate what people see. You also get to dictate that in your. So this is our 7-figure content strategy that we're using right now. This isn't strategies that you will go on YouTube, and these were strategies that worked 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. These are things that work right now from what I've seen spending thousands and thousands of dollars every single day on ads. And I'm going to go into the Hyros data right now and show you. And we're going to reinforce everything that I just talked about.
How are you finding ROAS?
It's good. I don't use it. Our marketing team uses it.
Okay.
So I can't really tell you. I'm going to go into last month's data. That was a full month of what we did. Oh, last month's not an option. Let me just go to. So I'm going to break down the data for you right now on what we're doing, once again, from a back-end perspective to generate countless numbers of appointments every single day, because that's the most important thing. If you want to generate 41 sales in a month, if you want to close a deal every single day, you guys need to get more appointments. But if you guys are running ads and your ads look like everyone else and it's direct marketing and you're not providing any value, you're not going to get to that next level. You're going to become a 6-figure company. You're not going to be able to scale a 7-figure company. It's that simple. And these are
Are we talking like video ads and creatives and branding? Is that what it's called on? Sorry, I had to jump out for 10 minutes.
This call is about how we close 41 clients. I'm talking about everything. I'm not
Okay.
ads is the first component and branding.
All right, fantastic.
Once again, without talking to a single. So let's dive into the videos that are working for us right now. And I'm going to show you stuff that you guys have seen before, but I'm going to break down why they are having so much success. So if I go into my data for last month, we actually had a higher ROAS last month and we spent a little bit less money, which is very interesting. Let's break it down by amount. Dive into this. Guys, when you hop on sales calls and you listen to your sales teams talk about the closes and you read their end of days, and when you start seeing that people are saying on the calls, I just wanted to hop on because your ads popped up everywhere because it was like a virus. If you're doing your marketing in-house right now, you need to make sure you have an omnipresent strategy. If someone else is doing your marketing right now, you need to tell them to have an omnipresent strategy. They can't have an omnipresent strategy, though, if you're using generic images, generic videos. It's like that old IQ test, right? And people were told they needed to draw, 7 lines within a few dots, straight lines. And that was the IQ test. The only way you could do it is if you drew the lines outside of the box. We have to think outside of the box, guys, when it comes to your marketing, right? It goes back to that idea of how do you control the frame? How do you control what people are saying about you? And this is super important. I know I sound like a broken record because I'm always talking about it, but every single week, if I go into my client wins channel, you will see testimonial video, right? And we use and we repurpose these testimonial videos in a way to where those become our omnipresent strategy. So the way that we structure our strategy at Estate AI is simple. It's down for you right now, right? So we have ads, we have our top of funnel, and then we have our bottom of, and then we also have our post-purchase. I'm going to break down. So top of funnel, these are it's edutainment. We are educating our consumers, our prospects, on why marketing for them hasn't worked in the past and what they can do different. We're also just entertaining them to stand out. All of your ads look the same. I've looked at your ad libraries. I love looking at people. Do you notice that if you go into everyone's ad libraries, they're the, especially if you're using Agency Engineer, we use that as Estate AI. Your ads are going to look the same to a lot of other people. And you don't want that. And that's why you want to be extremely aggressive. And this is the most important part, guys, to closing a deal a day. If you want to close a deal a day in your agency where you have consistency, predictability coming into your business, which is going to just allow you to have way more peace of mind, way less stress, dopamine's going to go through the roof, and you're going to feel way better about running your business, and you're going to have way more conviction about the decisions that you make because you have cash flow coming in. This is going to change the way that you retain clients. This is going to change the way on how you even enter into your business. When you see deal flow coming in, your mind as an entrepreneur changes. You're no longer a solopreneur. You become a CEO. It forces you to transition, and you can't fake it, right? Don't fake it till you make it. You have to be it so you become it. And the way you be it is by starting off with this simple strategy that I'm breaking down ads. Top of funnel, edutainment, grab people's attention. How do I grab someone's attention? That's all I want to know. So I'm going to dive into bottom of funnel. Universal.
I had a look at your rap video today. I was like, because agency engineer have been asking me for video ads for the last week or two, and I still haven't got them done. I'm like, I just don't know where to start with it, bruv.
And that's what I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you in a second. Post-purchase, our free Facebook group, and SMS and email.
Do you still run ads to post-purchase?
Yes, we do.
Okay, sick.
But when I talk about post-purchase, I'm talking about what happens after.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't apologize. So guys, this is what I call, and it's been in my head for the longest time, and it's been so hard for me to convey, and that's why I'm writing this down for you guys right now. This is all we're doing. And this is what has allowed us to scale our ads predictably, consistently, to where we actually are getting higher ROASs as we spend more money. Sure, we have, like last month we spent like maybe 2,000 less and we had a higher ROAS, but that wasn't because we spent, it's because we invested more into content. And if we would have put more money, we would have just made the ROAS would have. So edutainment, grab people's attention. Let's dive into this. What does this actually look like? So when people see our initial top of funnel ads, which are our rap videos, are ads of me jumping out of planes and the ads of me hopping out of caskets. Those are our edutainment ads where I'm just grabbing people's attention. Once they see the edutainment ads, we're going to go ahead and send them. They're going to opt in most likely. And if they don't opt in, and even if they do opt in, we're going to just send them a shit ton of testimonials. Every single one of these testimonials on our testimonial wall is an ad. We spend more money on our retargeting campaigns at Estate AI than most agencies spend on their entire marketing in a year.
What are they opting in for?
What'd you say?
What are they opting in for?
To book a call. We're gonna start doing lead magnets, but right now it's just every single one. What were you saying?
I was also thinking about lead magnets. You think it's too early?
You don't need that right now, man. Don't get shiny object. There's a balance between direct response and branding. Right now, you just keep hammering down the direct.
Agency engineer want a VSL from me.
I can dive into that in a second.
Okay.
Let me finish talking about the ad strategy, guys, because this is super important, and we can dive into the VSLs, all of that stuff. But every single one of these testimonials, and you guys need to make it a mission in your agency. If you guys, you need to write down action items. Everyone here should be writing down the things that they need to do in their agency from a content perspective. You should be hammering your CSMs to generate client success interviews. So if we go in, just like our sales team has a ring the bell whenever someone closes a deal, we have a ring the bell whenever a success coach gets a new success interview. We have a leaderboard for our client success team whenever they get a new interview. It's the same exact thing. You want to hammer that into your team. Every single win should be an interview. I don't care if it's someone just saying, I like your response. That's an interview. Guys, we've literally had offboarding sessions with clients that have canceled that I've clipped and I've taken the good things out and repurposed them for ads. And it's in our contract that we can do. So I don't really. Every good thing is social. And we make that extremely clear at Estate AI because we're controlling the narrative. So when people look us up, all they can see are good things from a lot of different people. It's not just one person saying it. It's all these different people. It could be a 10-second video. Literally, we have videos out there that are like less than 7 seconds long of someone just saying one good thing. And it could be an hour-long video, which we also have. You need to focus on doing that. So every single one of these testimonials, we use them in our retargeting ads. So when someone opts in to the main top of funnel campaigns, they're just getting hounded with testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. And I want the frequency on that to be extremely high, like more than 3 or 4. Does that make sense, guys?
It does.
Any questions so far?
No, so it's essentially just repurposing all of your client success to control the narrative of what prospects see, every single good thing. That's it.
Yeah. So if I go to Estate AI, right, we have every single success interview, by the way, guys, we give people gift cards to do these success interviews. So every single success interview, we also have people write Google reviews. So we just get Google reviews from that alone. And then on top of that, and it's not like our online presence is the best, but every single success interview we post on YouTube because this is the second largest search engine in the entire world outside of Google. YouTube is the second largest search engine. So if you're putting in Estate AI, as you can see, all of our videos, Estate AI is in the titles. We don't invest much into SEO, but we just post a lot on YouTube. So this is what people see.
we forced the narrative that this is the only way they can get information about our company. And now all they see are great things about our company, and that's it.
I mean, the retargeting makes a lot of sense, and I think like the YouTube and Google is more of a long-term approach, right? At what point would you say? I mean, would you say it makes sense?
It's not a long-term approach, man. I don't care how many likes I get, and I really don't even care how many views I get. What I care about is that when a prospect is thinking about, remember, the whole objective of this is how do you close a deal a day? When prospects will look you up, right? They can find a lot of different things. But if they only see a YouTube channel and your website, this is the only place they're forced to just stay here. And what I don't care if they watch all these videos. What I care about is that they can scroll down and they could just see the fact that we have all these and all these, because it's going to build my authority. It's going to increase, and it's going to increase their conviction that our program can actually help. And it's information overload to where they stop searching and they kind of put their guard down a little bit and say, you know what, these guys are trying. And it doesn't matter how many, we have less than 100 subscribers. It's not yes, you're right. It's long term if you're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers like Billy and have all these likes and stuff. That's long term, but that's not my objective. That the social currency is great, but I'm more focused on the monetary currency I'm going to get right now.
Yeah.
And I'll build the social currency over time. Sure, that's long term. But there is a direct correlation with posting your success interviews on YouTube right now because it's SEO, guys. And none of you guys here are investing in SEO, so you might as well just post them. And this is literally free SEO that you don't even have to do much for. It takes us seconds, guys, literally seconds to make these titles. And I don't even care what we put in them as long as Steady Eye is in. So when people look us up, these videos pop.
I don't even have a website right now, so that probably should be high priority to build that.
We don't have a website either. Dude, I think you're overcomplicating. Simplify it. Like, seriously, you need to simplify. I don't have a website. I'm not focused on any of that. It's like we're literally just taking success interviews that we would normally have. We're using them for ads and we're putting them on YouTube.
Okay, makes sense.
That's it.
Quick question on the funnel. I'm checking your ads on a more or less regular basis, and I see that you have had multiple funnels. Is that just to test them out, or do you think it's important to change up the funnel from time to time?
Just to test. You probably don't need to worry about that either.
Yeah, I haven't changed it in a year.
Okay. Now, if your funnel's not converting, then that's an issue. But if it's converting, just leave. Now diving into post-purchase, guys, which is something it's super, super important. So we're talking about SMS, email, and setters. So every single day we're sending out emails. I don't care what they are. We use direct response, and then we do a lot of value-based emails. So if I go into my automations right now, and you guys can build this out, it's not something that you need to build out overnight. So every time we send out an email, like just a normal email blast, we add it to an automation. So whenever a lead opts in to our main funnel, they get added to this automation, and these are just past emails that we've sent out before. And we just add it through this long chain of emails that we consistently send out. And they get an email every single day from us. So on top of seeing our ads, on top of seeing all of our YouTube videos, and then on top of seeing these emails that they get every single day, and they're value-based emails, because if you just do direct response emails, you're going to have an extremely high unsubscribe rate. So we're just sending out value. And this is super easy to build out, guys. Like you should be sending out an email every single day.
Can you do this on high level?
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you do it. Like every
Most
single
of my
day.
emails are ending up. Go ahead. Sorry. Most of my emails are ending up in spam. It seems. How can I fix that?
I would clean your email list. We love Active Campaign because it tells us it does a spam check for us. So we don't get a lot of emails in spam.
If you use high level, you have to use Mailgun if you want to avoid spam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avoid putting $ in your subject lines. Avoid putting $ anywhere in your emails. And if you're just sending people value from the beginning, people are going to open it. And the more opens you get, and the more responses you can get. For example, we do something called number fish, where we will basically try to get someone just to respond back with their number. And it's something as simple as saying, let me actually pull it up, see if I have it in my scope emails. It's basically us just trying to get them to respond back with a phone number. And the more responses, it's going to decrease that spam rate. People are actually going to be engaging with, and the email service providers are going to be able to recognize. Does that make sense, Jeremy?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. And I would also just clean your email list, man. to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not even email blasts. It's just like the appointment confirmations and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what high level, man. I'm just talking about email blasts. That's gonna be a
Okay.
totally different thing. And when you have, honestly, I would just use active campaign. High level, honestly, is,
Who writes your email copy?
I do.
It's fire. I read them almost every day.
Yeah. Euros
Can
writes
you-
a few. Euros writes some of them sometimes, but I write a lot of them.
Do you want to add me to the list?
Yeah. Honestly, just opt into one of my funnels, man. Just add you. But every single day, we're just sending out emails and then driving value, right? And this is all part of the post-purchase. And then on top of that, we're sending out a text blast every single week. And those text blasts are normally just testimony. So we're always on top of mind. And then on top of that, for example, I could go into my free Facebook group right now. And here we go. This was one of our success coaches just went live and they just did a masterclass about TikTok in our free Facebook. And we're just giving people value. And that is our entire ad strategy. It's top of funnel, bottom of funnel, and post-purchase. Do you have clarity on how to implement this, guys? And please do not overcomplicate it. I'm going to talk about how to actually film the content in a second. But in terms of the actual strategy, is there any questions? Guys, it's about doing the boring work. You're not going to have the system fully built out. The biggest thing is just sending out that, once you send out that daily email, once again, you'll be able to create a sequence of automations over time. And it's just going to require you to just start writing that daily email now. And then when it comes to the testimonials, you're going to be able to use that for your omnipresence. And you're also going to be able to just use that for controlling the narrative. And then when it comes to top of funnel, your edutainment, there's a few options you can go with. And I'm bringing my guy on that does all of our rap stuff. I'm bringing him on for a masterclass, not next week, but the week after, because next week is Eddie Malouf, and then the week after is him, to talk to you guys about the content. And then when Ruben, I know you said you're having a hard time coming up with content, or what's going on with that, man?
That's a good question. I know I'm beautiful and I've got a gorgeous accent, but goodness me, I'm camera shy. Like, the thought of getting on camera and talking or doing something, I'm like, I don't like it. I'd much rather just hire somebody to do it like you have. But I think it's probably just something I just need to break anyway. But then it's just coming up with like, I think I'll get too in my head about it. Like, I don't know how to write that angle for it, or how to make it catchy, or
Dude,
entertaining.
95% of our ads are just us talking. It's no script involved.
Okay.
Dude, it's just a sales call. That's all it is. Except now, instead of selling to one person, you're selling to hundreds.
I like sales calls, so I
You're
can do
doing
that.
exactly. It's just like, dude, what do people need to do? Like, why is it their business working as well as it could be right now? And how are you going to help? And how are you going to grab their attention? Literally, you don't need a setup. You don't need scripts. Just hop on camera and start recording.
Also, if you make video ads, it'll make it easier for your closer to close the leads.
Yeah,
So think
100%.
about, instead
so
of you
the
doing
two-
like one sales call one by one, you record one video and like 1,000 people are going to see it.
Okay. So why isn't their biz doing as well as it could be right now? And then what was the second?
First off, how do you grab their attention? This is why marketing hasn't worked for them in the past, and this is why their business isn't doing as well as it could be. This is the solution to that. This is the benefit. This is the risk reversal, and that's it. It doesn't have to be that complicated either. It's literally, dude, the real question is how do you just grab their attention and then give your offer?
Okay. I've seen a lot of things with like.
So that was grab attention.
Grab attention.
Grab attention. Why they didn't get results.
And there's the long way that here. Let me show you.
It doesn't matter really, to be honest. Just keep trying stuff.
There's two ways that I've seen work extremely well, right? There's the really short ads that are just meant to grab to get people to book a call, and you're just going to get a lot of people that are just interested. And then there's the ads that are going to get people truly bought in, and you're going to educate them, because an educated consumer is going to be your best consumer. So ad number one is just getting attention, injecting your offer with risk reversal, and that's it. The second one, getting people's attention, why marketing hasn't worked for them in the past, why this is going to be different, your solution to it, risk reversal, and then your call to action. Guys, I don't want you to overcomplicate it. So what I want you to go ahead and do, I want you to go to my ad library.
Dude, I've been in it all day.
And I just want you to just study
That
it.
leads video is so fucking funny.
That thing has gone viral, man.
It's so cringe, but it's obviously working so well, man.
And just redo these ads. And then I also have this entire folder for you guys that I'm going to give you right now.
Ruben, what works well for me, I'm also very camera shy. So I'll just record and then I'll just speak and I'll just do a one take. Sometimes maybe it's a 20-minute video where I maybe repeat the same sentence over and over again until I like it. And then I cut it up.
All right, perfect.
That's my entire folder of all of the video ads that we've recorded at a State AI.
So all I need to do is a
It's
skydive, right?
really like, dude, we test so much stuff, and I'll tell you, like, a lot of the stuff we test doesn't even work. It's okay, but I'm honestly just always filming. Like every single day, you should be sending them a new ad, and don't skimp on the editing. Everyone wants to skimp on it. We pay our editor a lot per video, but it's worth it. No one else does it, and that's why we crush it when it comes to video ads. It's not just what you say in the videos, it's how the video looks. That's a big part of it.
You're always talking about creative, but how important is testing new copy on a regular basis?
Copy is very important, but dude, I'm like creative is going to be, people are way more visual. People are lazy. People don't read as much. So I'd much rather you focus on just the video itself. Yeah. The copy can be pretty basic, man. Like our copy is basic. It's the video that's going to increase my click. Any questions on any of that, guys? So what is everyone's action items?
Get more testimonials.
Does everyone know how to get more testimonials?
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Hammer CSM to generate interview testimonials. Every single win should be an interview. Get tons of video clips for ads and YouTube posting, and then force a narrative of how they get information on our company. And that's sort of like video.
Is email in here?
No.
Dude, you should be sending a daily email blast.
Yo, please take care.
That's for both of you. You guys should be sending a daily email blast and a weekly SMS blast.
Okay.
On top of this, and I've said this before, start building your digital assets. So whenever someone books a call, they get linked to your free Facebook.
Number one takeaway is just record video ads, basically.
Okay, I got you. But then like finding a video editor and getting them all edited up nice, is that a priority from day one?
If you have the extra capital to invest in it, do it. If not, don't worry about it.
How much you pay per video, if you don't mind me asking?
300.
Okay. That's
depending on the video, though. Some are less. I don't pay for him to edit my testimonials. That would be ridiculous.
You just whack a headline on that in Canva or something?
Yeah, I edit those myself on Final Cut.
There's actually something that adds that. Let me figure out what the website was.
But all of my main videos I definitely for editor. Dude, like honestly, this weekend, man, just like take videos of you in your car. Just get creative.
I saw this amazing one of this guy drifting his car. Dude, have you seen it? It's fucking so good. It's literally the best ad I've ever seen.
That's another thing. Whenever you guys see ads, you should be building a B2B marketing ideas channel where like this is all of our competitors and we just drop their ads in here. Whenever I see an ad I like, I drop it in. My team drops it. And then once you start watching good ads over and over again, it becomes so much easier to figure out how to recreate because you know what you're looking for. You know what works. Like you can tell if an ad works or not.
There's a website that it lets you make, it adds like a headline and a caption to the ads.
Oh, is that video or subtitle?
Yeah.
Any questions on anything we just covered?
How do I get more testimonials?
So there's a few things that you can do. Let me see if we have the frame. I have a script for it that I've given out before. I just have to find it. It's literally honestly, man, it's just the simple use case of it is asking your clients to hop on a success interview with you on a Zoom, because if you just ask them to record a testimonial, they'll never do it. Give them a gift card. And it's you just basically asking them questions. And let me see if I can find this document. You know what? I know where it is. 1 second, man. I'm sorry. Ruben, do you have this document as well? If you need it to.
So I'm going to finish
No,
this off
dude.
with a tip, by the way. Well, go ahead, Jared.
There's more that I do want to talk about. When Eddie comes on next week, which I'm super excited about, and I need everyone on that because the man runs an 8-figure marketing agency.
Holy shit.
He's gonna talk about content because he's even better at it than I am. Guys, success leaves patterns. Like Eddie invests heavily into content. They have an entire content studio in their office in Atlanta. This is our success interview framework.
Didn't they purchase your former agency?
I can't really disclose any information about that. All right, so that's the interview framework that I just dropped for you guys. Billy, did you have something else that you wanted to add?
Yeah, to wrap this up, I just had one more last tip, which is the first thing is with all this stuff, like in the long term, like ranking on Google, like having some reviews there and stuff like that. having some YouTube videos that show up. That kind of stuff just increases the ROI of your ads, because a lot of people actually over time will see your ads when you're spending a lot of money on ads. They'll see your ads and then look you up on Google without opting in first. Another thing as well is that the customers that you have, it matters the more customers you have. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't apply to you as much, Jeremy, but I mean, I think it still applies. But at the end of the day, the last thing that either like makes or break your marketing in the long term is like your reputation as a company. Because if you have like positive word of mouth, when people see your ads, they've already heard of your name before, they're going to like trust it way more. Versus if they already heard their friend talking shit about your company, like they're never going to opt into your ads ever. And your ROI is going to go down. So you can either have like your reputation working against you or working for you in the background all the time, even with your ads. And those things, you may not even notice it, but they will increase or decrease the ROI of your ads over time.
Guys, I guess one last thing to leave you with, and there's so much more I want to talk to you about this because there's so much I didn't cover, but I guess today we'll talk about ads. Next time we talk, we'll talk about the next part about this, to how to get to 1 deal a day. But that's the most important thing. Super, super crucial. I want to see each and every one of you guys start focusing on it. Like, here's another quick tip. Cameo, guys. Get on Cameo and hire someone that everyone in your niche would know. Like, Ruben, if you got...
I want like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Phil Heath or someone to like do a little video ad, but I don't know.
I think Arnold's actually on Cameo. Go on
Shut
Cameo.
up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Go on Cameo and get them. Like, everyone in your niche would know him. We did a Kevin O'Leary cameo. That thing made us easily a couple 100,000. Easily. All right, so diving into this though, guys. One last thing that we want to leave you with is Billy and I are thinking, and Billy, is it okay if I share the information now, or do you want to wait for more people?
No, we can share it now.
There's only one more of us anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, it's secret information. So if you're us, you could pause the recording. That'd be two.